What is going on, everyone? So, we are going through our weekly review. We are actually headed into a new week in about 45 minutes. So, we're just doing a quick review and we're going over the money blocks indicator. So, we're going to be showcasing it and the strategy that involves money blocks, just so we can briefly discuss that. Is money blocks happen whenever order blocks are created and an entry point has come into an order block and then out of an order block. So if we're looking at this entry point here, just for instance, this is on Bitcoin. So if we wanted to replay this to here, just to kind of showcase what this would have been like. Yeah, obviously we're looking at it as though it just happened, but we hit play on it. And right here, this was an order block that was created. And then we got a sell signal directly afterwards. So if we were to enter that position, just for instance, once again, this is obviously going back through, we would hit a sell position here, brought our stop loss above our order block position, and would aim for at least a 1-to-1 as a bare minimum, but we also would have probably aimed for a larger than one targeting these other order blocks down below it. So obviously this is a past trade that happened, but we're going to hit our play button, just let it kind of play out. Obviously this trade came all the way down to our order block here, which would have been an excellent exit point, which would have been a solid almost 2-to-1 trade on that particular order block. And that's how order blocks work. And specifically this money block indicator is once it goes into an order block and gets rejected off of it or passes through it, it uses that point as your support resistance, which is what order blocks are made for. And then it just, we get an indicator saying that it's going to, it's rejected off of those positions. And that's what happened here. So just as an instance, this is how the indicator works and what it does. Now, this was being a 2-to-1 trade, we would have exited just because that's a fantastic entry and exit opportunity for that particular pair. But obviously we know that it continued to the stuff, came back down, hit that position again, rejected off of this position. Now, if you're wondering why we did not get a buy position off of that order block, we actually have two of these. We have one that is without trend and one that is with trend. So with trend, it means you only get positions that are in a sell position or in a buy position based on the overall trend of the pair. And if it has the opposing or the counter signal on it, then you would get a pair that is trending or not trending inside of it. So that is why we have them both there, just for kind of reference to kind of showcase it. But obviously this pair came all the way down, hit our order block, and used it again to continue on downward. So whereas we would have exited probably off that first order block just because it makes a solid 2-to-1 trade, excellent opportunity, you could have used it as a break-even point, maybe just stop loss, and then stayed in it longer if you wanted to. Because typically when you get that solid change of color, it sold off, fantastic position, and then it rejected and went back up. So all that to say, that is currently how the position ended. So anyway, so that was Bitcoin, just kind of give you an idea of how the money blocks indicator worked. So let's take a look at some of the trades that could have happened for the past week and some positions that we might have been able to actually enter. So we are looking right now at Ethereum. So on Monday or Sunday, if we look at it, there was a position that opened up on Tuesday. Obviously it rejected off of this, pulled back, and then was a nice little scalp position that would have happened, that could have happened there. Here, because you have this massive uptrend off this order block, it rejected here and we got the signal here. So the question is, would you have taken that as a trade? The answer would actually have been maybe. It would have been a loss if you did, because it came all the way back to retest that again. And that's how order blocks work. But when you have these massive type of moves that go from this order block all the way back up, it's kind of hard to say, yeah, I'm going to take that as a sell position, because even though it is a good area of rejection, obviously we got another one here that just happened. It's a better position because it actually just entered into the order block and then exited off of it. So let's look at gold and see what gold gave us for the past week. So obviously gold being very bullish right now, all these positions would have been counter trend, except for this one here. This on Thursday would have been the ideal entry. Obviously because it's a super bullish engulfing candle, taking it at the top is dangerous because typically you have a pullback, and that's what this here would have been. So you could imagine if you caught this position here on that pullback into it, you're bringing your stop loss down below your order block and then laying it right up to, that's your 1-to-1. This is your 2-to-1, which happens to be right there at the next order block. Obviously, you can tell because they rejected off of it and then bounced back up again. And just if you would have ended the week, it would have been a 3-to-1 trade. So that is how that operates. Always typically with trend is your best bet. You don't get as many signals with a counter trend, but it's still a good rule of thumb to go with the trend. So when you get this kind of rainbow candy cane stripe aspects of it, you have to be cautious because it's green, it's red, it's green. It's a little bit of consolidation as it is. So any position you would have gotten in here would have been a scalp on silver. On Friday, we got this fantastic buy opportunity, solid green background, right above an order block, right below a super small one here. So it would have been a great area to head into and actually take that position on silver. If we're looking at US 30, these are definitely some super bullish. So taking any sell positions make them a little bit risky inside of it. But because there is this order block here, you could have gotten a scalp off of US 30 there. Looking at NASDAQ being super bullish. Once again, solid green across the background on your color choices. You see these sell positions that happened off these order blocks, and then it came down, broke through these sell positions, and then reclaimed some of these upward areas that would have been great scalps. Looking at SPX, same thing, super bullish as it comes across here. Obviously, that makes it a little bit better of a possible entry into what that we're doing. So SPX, once again, these were being counter sell or counter positions because you had solid green background inside of it. And that's why they came down, touched these order blocks, using them as support, and then bounced right back off of it. Oil, same thing, big, massive sell off here after this massive bull run up from the strike. This is where, as a team, we were talking about, hey, with the strike happening and so forth, and obviously that position took off, and now this was people taking profit and just absolutely retesting all that. So good for them. Looking at Euro USD, been in a downtrend for a little bit. Had a massive uptrend run for a while, and then it's now started slowly selling off of it. So once again, last week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday gave some great sell positions. And then if we're looking at Monday, the rest of the week, it was red all week. So you had some sell positions open up here, but here's the difference. When you have these types of sell-offs, you're going to have typically a pullback that comes to it. So we wouldn't have taken that as a buy position because that would have been counter trend. We wouldn't have taken this as a sell position because it hasn't really tested back up into it. But here, even though we didn't get a sell signal, we did get an order block. That would have been a great position to buy or sell off of. And the same thing, you could have actually taken a new position each time that you got an order block inside of it. Now, we are getting into this area on Thursday where we have this buy position that's opening up. So my expectation is that if we do use this as an area of support, which is a really great area of support just because it's a nice round number of 1.09 thousand, it seems to be the most logical point to have a retracement back up. What I would like for it to do is to consolidate here for a day or two, maybe on trap day, get some people into it, and then we would have a fantastic buy opportunity. So I'll be looking for this one to be a buy opportunity to come back up and either retest and reject off of these or actually blow through these to reclaim this area that it had previously on here. GBP USD, same thing, pretty ugly. Anything with USD just had a sell-off from the massive upward trend that it had. Still some solid opportunities. This here is this area of consolidation. You can just see because one, the consolidation heavy, but two, these order blocks are super conflicting with each other. I do expect this to continue selling down some, just based off of things like this order block here. It came down on Thursday, tested it, bounced back up. Friday we had news, so we do expect it to. My expectation would come back in, actually blow through this, and then retrace back up to reclaim some of the areas that it missed beforehand, because we've already reclaimed that gap area here. Looking at AUD USD, same thing. Massive sell blocks, sell opportunity here, sell opportunity here, here. But here's the problem with as you get into these, you start to have these positions, but then you end up having these buy blocks. So you've got the red background buy blocks coming in. It's testing these and then it's rejecting off of it. So it's testing these and rejecting off of it. And that's what we're looking for, is for it to give us a buy signal after it rejects off of that one versus a sell signal going into it. Same thing. This is NZD USD. You know, at the end of last week, massive sell-off on Friday. Monday had a nice little opportunity here. Granted, it's at 2:30 in the morning. I ain't gonna catch that one because I'm asleep. But sell-off here, indicator, sell-off, retracement back up, order block, sell-off. Nice, massive sell-off here that happened for Wednesday. Buy block pushed back up a little bit, sell-off, retested, buy block, buy block. So what I actually want to see this do now is become a testing here and then a upward trend to reclaim some of this area here. USD JPY. So obviously the dollar being strong, last Thursday would have had a buy opportunity that you could have scalped and broke even on. Sold off into, I'm guessing if I would have pulled back a replay, there would have probably been a buy block back here, broke through that position. Last Friday or Friday before, buy position, reclaimed that gap area, buy position. So this on Thursday of last week or Tuesday of last week would have been the optimal entry point for that one. Sell off, take profit. Fantastic opportunity right here at 8:30. There was news, massive news that day with inflation rate. So that's where that wick came into play. You can tell that's why I don't trade the news. Bounce off this order block. So I really like to see a buy opportunity here, come down, retest, and then take a buy opportunity back up into it. USD CAD, same thing. Last Friday, buy opportunity. On Sunday, kind of came up, rejected off this first, and then reclaimed it. And then this one here on Tuesday would have been the ideal entry. Previous sell position or sell block that became a buy position and a fantastic support. So that would have been the ideal opportunity to go back into it. And obviously it came up, retest, buy opportunity, retest, buy opportunity that we have. USD Swiss franc, going back from last Friday, obviously news came down, reclaimed all this, broke through this sell block, and now it's using it as support for opportunity inside of it. So now it will be interesting to see if it breaks this again and comes back and retest here, or if it actually uses this one again and buys back up to go retest this position here. GBP JPY. So as you get in these pairs, you're going to notice you're going to have a little bit of conflicting information. These are some very large cycles that it's going through. So anytime you take a position here, you want to be cautious. You want to make sure you're trailing your positions. GBP AUD. So this being your biggest sell block here, came up, consolidated inside of it, and then it's selling off of it. So now this is what we're looking for, is for it to use it as resistance and then come back down to retest these positions here and take them out. GBP NZD, same thing. We've got these fantastic buy opportunities that showed up last week using these order blocks. So now that's come up, sell opportunity, sell opportunity. I expect this to actually get a sell opportunity pretty early, on Monday or Tuesday at the most. Sell opportunity to come back down, retest these, and then take these positions back up again. As we are looking into it, and we can also look at it this way: if there's news, there is unemployment rate on the 15th, which is a couple days away. GBP AUD, same thing. There is unemployment rate and inflation rate. So what typically happens when you're going to have that is positions like this are going to come down, test these positions again before the news, and then at the news it will either A, retrace back up, or B, continuation down as it goes into it. GBP NZD, same thing. Last Monday, buy opportunity showed up. These order blocks are being created. Sell opportunities are counter sell because the overall trend is green. GBP CAD, same thing, a little bit of consolidation, nothing there really worth mentioning. GBP CHEF, same thing, got candy cane background. Stay away from that until we get a solid color for multiple days. Euro GBP. So you can tell, and this is one of my favorite things to look at on these particular pairs, is what trend and position is, because it can tell you which one of these is stronger, Euro or the GBP, because then it'll tell you which pair you want to trade. Obviously, if GBP is being stronger than Euro, I would trade these pairs across it versus trading these pairs. Or if I trade these pairs, I'm going to trade the opposite of whatever this is here. So in other words, if GBP is stronger than Euro, I would take sell positions or look for sell positions on the Euro, which is actually what I did on Friday with Euro AUD. Now, if we're pulling back previously, tons of sell opportunities that just had massive, massive things. So this is where it came down, this consolidation. This is the retracement back up from last week that we were expecting. So now it will probably come back down to retest these positions here, and that's why we're actually in a sell position on Euro AUD. Your NZD, same thing. It's coming back down now to retest these areas. Your CAD, same thing. It was in a sell position, worked our way back up into a buy position. Obviously, these are solid entries that could have happened. As always, trail your positions, and you should be good to go on a lot of these. AUD CAD, obviously some counter positions here. AUD JPY, buy positions. So this is really what we're looking for here, is we would like to have a buy position on these versus a counter position. AUD CHEF, candy cane background, I'm going to stay away from that. AUD NZD. So once again, just like when we're looking at Euro versus GBP, AUD NZD is a great indication. So, AUD being stronger, and I know that Euro is weaker. So Euro AUD would be, that's one of the reasons that we looked at as a sell position. It's sell, obviously, in a background that's trending downward. We know that the Euro is weaker than the pound, and we know that AUD is stronger than NZD. So that's one of the reasons that we looked at it from that position and why we took Euro AUD. Understand how the other pairs correlate with each other just makes it life a little bit easier as is. NZD JPY, once again, some solid entry points. Great order blocks. Just looking for a confirmation up. NZD CHEF, same thing. Earlier in the week, or on Monday, was actually our ideal entry here. That was a massive sell-off that happened. NZD versus Swiss franc. CAD, JBP, green background. There's a good opportunity here. Came back down, broke through these order blocks. So now we've created a new one. So we'd like for it to come back down, test, and then reject off of it. Same thing, a little bit of candy cane, but there's your sell opportunity. Order block created for a fantastic 15. And then looking at it from this way, CHEF JBP. Fantastic order blocks created, buy positions. So, short version is solid opportunities throughout the week. I think gold was one of our best opportunity that we had coming into it. There would have been your test of the order block. There's your buy opportunity. Then you retested the gap, and then just that fantastic move back up. So that is ultimately how Money Blocks is going to operate and work. So thanks for taking the tune. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys soon.